you.
Hi, could I speak to Mary, please? Hi, Mary. This is Maggie Collins. I'm one of the nurses that work with Dr. Doshi. You were in recently to see her, and you've come up with a couple of goals that you want to work towards. And she said that you would like a health coach, and that's what I do. So I was wondering if we could get started on that. Okay, great. This first phone call will probably take about 20 minutes to a half hour, and after that, whenever I call you, it will be much shorter. All right, let's begin. So, could you tell me what you need to be healthy for? Okay, and really what matters to you in your life? And what is the most important thing for us to accomplish today? Okay, so let me get this straight. You are very concerned. Since menopause, you've gained an awful lot of weight. You feel like you're not eating anymore. You know what you should be doing. You just don't have the oomph to do it. And you'd like to get moving on that. In what areas would you like to cover? Exercise and diet. That sounds wonderful. Now, are you used to exercising? You used to exercise a lot, and then in recent years you've cut down a lot. Okay. And what kind of exercise did you do in the past? And do you think you would like to start riding or swimming or walking again? Okay. So, realistically, when do you think you could exercise? Before work, after work, at lunchtime? Sure, tell me a routine, a typical day in your life. Okay, so you're already getting up at 5:30 in the morning. What do you think about getting up any earlier? No, yeah. You hit the snooze button a lot. Okay, so how about at lunchtime? No, you don't get to leave work, okay? What about in the evening? Oh, you have a dog. You didn't mention that. That's an easy out right there. You have to bring the dog out for a walk, right? Or bring him out at least to go. So how long do you usually stay outside with the dog? Do you think you could extend that to like 5 minutes, 10 minutes? That would be great. So there's a goal right there. Every day after work, when you bring your dog outside, you will stay outside, walk from your front stoop down the sidewalk and back. Okay. All right. So how many days a week do you think you could do that? Right. People say they'll do it every day and you don't. So what do you think would be realistic? 3 times a week? Excellent. And for how long? So would you do that before or after supper? Before supper, yeah, because you got to let her out. Great. So do I have this right? You would like to come home from work, take the dog out on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays for 5 minutes, walk from your stoop down the street and back. And you think that's realistic? And you think you can accomplish that? How important is it for you to do something like that on a scale of 1 to 10? You think about an 8. And why is that? Yes, going back to why you want to be healthy, and that's one way to start. Excellent. So why wouldn't you call it a 6? I see, yep, because you want to be healthy, you're sick of this weight that you've put on, and you just feel, oh, ugh. Great. Now, what about your diet? What do you think about that? Oh, I know what you mean. I have a sweet tooth myself. Yep, you open up a bag of chips and it's gone. What do you think you can do about those kind of things? Oh, excellent idea. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't want to get the individual chip bags because it's too expensive. But that's a great idea. If you get a big bag of chips and you split it up into sandwich-sized bags, and you only let yourself eat 1 sandwich bag a day, that sounds great. Do you think you could do that? Okay, so let me get this straight. You want to buy a bag of potato chips, split them up into sandwich size bags, and then every day you can have one bag. Great, that's a start. Now, how confident are you that you could both walk and cut down on the chips? Okay, about a 6. Okay. And can you tell me why a 6? Yeah, once again, you want to be healthy, but you're afraid you'll cheat. You know, it's not the end of the world if you do cheat. But if you could start, 3 days a week with the walking is a great start. Yeah. And the chips, well, if you have 2 bags one day, that's okay. But when do you think, let's get the chips down a little bit clearer. So when would you have the bag of chips? For lunch or for supper or snacks when you're watching TV at night? All right, so if you say you're going to have it at lunchtime with your sandwich, that would be great. And how many days a week do you think? Just starting off. You don't have to do it 7 days a week. Just to start off, what 3 days do you think? Okay, you want to keep with the walking days. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you will have a small bag of chips at lunchtime. And you won't have chips for the rest of the day. That's great. That sounds like a good plan. Now, what are the barriers, would you say, to both goals? The weather could be a problem with the walking. So what would plan B be if, say, we were having a hurricane on Monday? Sure, so on Tuesday. It'd be great to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but if a barrier like that came up, that's a great idea. You can move the walk until Tuesday. And the potato chips, I agree, I know what that's like. So if you blow it one day, that's life. Once again, you can change it from, if you had 2 bags of chips on Monday, and maybe Tuesday you can do the 1 bag. Okay? Would you like to be set up with a dietitian? I could put a consult in with that. Sure, I'll do that for you. How about the move group? No, you wouldn't be able to come to move classes? Okay. How about the gym? You know, we have the gym here with the pool. If I put in a consult for that, you'd be able to use the pool and the gym. Think it's a little far from home? Okay. But I can put in the consult for the dietitian. Okay? All right, that sounds good. Okay, how about, could I call you next week? All right, what day is good for you? Okay, Wednesday at 10? All right, I'll do that. It was great talking to you. All right, bye-bye now.